Yo, what is up, Bucha Farm? Today we're gonna be analyzing an Ike match of my favorite Ike player, Luxa from New Hampshire, kind of the GOAT. All I'm gonna say. Now let's get right into it, shall we? Alrighty, let's get it. So alrighty. First off, we got Ike Corin. This matchup's pretty even. I do think Corin can have the advantage in neutral, but it is up to the Corin player themselves to not only understand the matchup, but understand how to exploit Ike off stage. Ike definitely has better priority. The swords are pretty comparable. While Ike can get his jumps catched, like in that situation right there, neutral should be pretty dominant from the Ike, as long as he plays correctly. So let's see right here. Good reversal from the Corin. Good parry on that neutral air. Definitely some general piece of advice against Ike, regardless of what character you're playing. Good stock there, just covering the hold in. Is to catch Ike's jumps and either anti-air from the ground or by using rising aerials. And also parrying too. So let's see. Nice quick draw there. Side B is pretty good as a reaction check, but unfortunately that with dash attack gonna take him off stage. Still in the corner. Great counter from the Corin player. Not gonna result in a kill though, unfortunately. Corin's counter is not really a good move in this matchup, because unlike most Fire Emblem counters, like this one for example, it sends upwards. So it's kind of bad. Good up air though for the Corin player, gonna be able to take a stock. As you can see right here, pretty solid lead here from Luxa. Gonna get hit by the grab there. The nair into up tilt's gonna be punished by the drop shield down tilt. Interesting. Side B gonna get punished once again by one of these down tilts, but a good shield grab into the up air. Not gonna catch the down air at a disadvantage. Good dash attack. The reason that worked was because like Luxa was already at a close range and gets the nair into IDJ down air. Just insane play there from Luxa. You love to see it, and that's gonna be the first game. So yeah, overall, some pretty good stuff. Definitely, I think neutral is pretty even. And if the Ike player is able to get some good hits, he could edge guard and ledge trap Corin really effectively. Mainly because of neutral B, a down air spike, some counters, which can reliably edge guard Corin pretty consistently. Counters probably the least consistent one, unless you absolutely know they're going to try to avoid a neutral B. So it's like those three things in rotation that you want to keep going in as the Ike player. As the Corin player, really just got to take your time. I would say not slow the match, not slow the pace of the match, but more so play a little bit faster and try to understand when to catch Ike's jumps. Because yeah, you're letting Ike jump for free. Like, you can't block Ike's neutral air and get anything out of it, unfortunately, unless they misspace their move. So it's your goal as the competitor to defeat the Ike using rising aerials. And now we're seeing the opponent switch to Joker, which might pose a more ominous threat, but we'll see. Joker does have a lot better tools against Ike in this matchup, not only having a counter that can straight up kill Ike off stage, but also having rising aerials that are slightly faster and more potent at dealing with Ike's jumps. So that would be the huge part there, especially rising forward air from the Joker player should be really vital in neutral. That's an air down tilt. Has the Ike player on the ledge here. Pretty even neutral. Unfortunately, going to drop that combo, but Luxa is going to do the exact same as well. Good catch on the jump. Gets the Ike player getting the nair bear. Does get reversaled off stage, but unfortunately, an early counter. Oh, but the body blocking. That was so unfortunate. Definitely Luxa could have lived there, but the body blocking from the Joker player actually made him not live. Mad unfortunate. Good up air string into the forward air to catch DI out. Into the back air to catch lazy drift in. Really good stuff from the Joker player. As you can see, this matchup is a lot more difficult for Ike to handle in certain scenarios. But the down tilt into up air is still going to take the stock. The good thing is that when Joker doesn't have Arsene, neutral is very, very even. As long as you know what you're doing and understand what the Joker player wants, which is most of the time catching your jumps. So you want to mix in some reverse up airs, some up tilts, some wait ins, some drift away nairs, runaway nairs. You know, that will at least try to catch them and outright whiff punish. Unfortunately, Ike's whiff punishing game isn't really good by ultimate standards. As you can see, good counter from the Joker player. Gonna get that Arsene up. Gets the side B into the other side B. And, you know, the Joker is just going to take that stock beautifully there. This matchup is somewhat losing. I wouldn't say it's an absolute horrible matchup for Ike compared to other characters in the game. So it's definitely a -1, something you got to keep in mind. But as a competitor, you should be wary about your losing matchups and understanding the counterplay towards them. Good double nair, unfortunately not going to get any follow-up from it from Luxa. Good tomahawk grab, keeping the Joker at the ledge. Tries to go for the F-tilt, almost gets it, but does get reversaled. Ooh, but the nair into up air gonna barely kill there. Some horrible DI from the Joker player, unfortunately. And now we're gonna see the game continue here. Alright, nair, up air, unfortunately gonna whiff, not the right angle, but let's get the nair fair. Good up air there, positioning it perfectly to avoid that nasty shield grab. Has the Joker on the ledge, gets the nair. At a percent lead, bringing this back a little bit, but the Arsene might be a good play here. Gets the nair into up air. Catches the air dodge with the dash attack there. Tries to use neutral B. A good attempt, but unfortunately times it wrong. Good anti-air, catching that jump with that up tilt. Even though Ike's up tilt is a bit lackluster, you know, it could still get the job done as an anti-air. Gonna see that side B recovering the stage. Gets the nair up air reversal. Barely wins that setup. Unless it's the best of 3. No, it's a best of 3. It's best of 3. But overall, some really good adaptation there from Luxa towards the end. You can kind of see that, like, once again, kind of like the Corin match, it seemed like Luxa was getting a lot away off stage. Like, the counters, yeah, they bring value, but, like, the counter is a commitment. And unless you're, like, 100%, like, understanding Luxa's mix-up game and the layer 2 between his side Bs, it's gonna be like really hard to successfully land those every single time. So mixing in some good like rising aerials off stage, some back airs, especially when you're in Arsene mode, gonna be vital here. Good, almost gets the air dodge read Luxa, but is gonna take a little bit of percent here with the Ike off stage. Chooses to rather reset to ledge, which I don't agree with. I think at later percents you should try to keep Ike in the corner as much as possible. Has the gun out, gonna do some big boy damage. Good spacing there from Luxa, avoiding the shield grab, but the down air into up smash, not gonna kill just yet. Ike is a big boy indeed. Can have the Ike off stage. Another one of these really bad counters gets killed by the Ether Spike. Yeah, definitely the one thing, you gotta edgeguard Ike. When you have a character like Joker who can consistently edgeguard Ike, you definitely gotta make those chances count. Does get the kill off the back air though. Gonna see the tomahawk grab into the up air fair. One of those awesome combos Ike has. Has the double up air, catching no air dodge. Gonna be able to keep up the lead. Just some nice footsies here. Joker gonna catch the air dodge, does get the back air. But Luxa able to reposition the situation. Catches the counter with the up tilt. Gets the back air on the gun. Has the Joker on the ledge. Gets the up tilt on roll reaction. Good mix up there from Luxa. Just really understanding that, like, if you could win neutral with Ike, even in a losing matchup like this, you could still probably win. Catches the tech situation. Gets the double up air. Good reversal there from the Joker player, but unfortunately, spot dodge on that dash attack is going to be vital for Luxa to live. But the side B going to contest that neutral B. Good stuff from the Joker player. Unfortunately, no edge guard. Once again, that definitely could have been a free edge guard, but does get the reverse up smash. Alrighty. Both players at 1 stock apiece. Gonna see the nair up air, and it's gonna kill. Luxa gonna take it. I guess some notes for you guys at home is that if you're fighting Ike, there's 3 things you should do. 1, catching out their jumps with either rising aerials or grounded anti-air attacks. For example, a good example for Joker would be like a rising forward air or a rising nair, and maybe his up tilt or whiff punish dash attack to catch jumps. For a more traditional character, maybe like something like Marth's up tilt or Marth's forward air, something like that to stuff out Ike's jumps. Another thing you should do is edge guard off stage if your character is able to. For example, Joker's back air, Joker's forward air are really good examples because those are more consistent than a counter. Counters should really be used at contesting Ike's ether, which most Ikes at top level will not be using up B to recover in certain matchups. For example, Lucina, Roy, Marth. They're not going to be just throwing out that up B, especially at a bad spacing. So I would say if you were ever to fight an Ike player in a tournament or in your friendly matches with some of your friends, definitely remember those 3 key points. Edge guard, catch jumps, keep him in the corner. Anyways, that has been Manameo. I am a Smash Ultimate competitor and a streamer, and I also create YouTube videos about Smash Ultimate. If you guys want to subscribe to my YouTube channel is in the description of this video, but otherwise, please subscribe to Butcher Farm. Awesome people out there, man. And have a great day. Bye-bye.